Welcome to K-pop Sim. Fans are outraged by HYBE's shocking change in concert pricing policy. HYBE, the parent company behind artists like BTS, TXT, and New Jeans, is facing a backlash after it was revealed that they are implementing dynamic pricing for concert tickets. During a conference call with investors, it was revealed by CFO Lee Kyung-jun via translator that ticket vendors would increase the prices of tickets depending on demand. Fans were shocked and dismayed at the complete change in ticketing practices.
Let me take your question regarding dynamic pricing. So we currently do apply dynamic pricing to the U.S. market for performances by Suga and TXT. So if any of our other artists do perform in the U.S., the same dynamic pricing will apply. Basically, to be able to apply the scheme, you have to have sell-out ticketing power, and we think that all of our artists have that. So it could apply to them if they are performing in the U.S. What about dynamic pricing in non-U.S. countries? Well, we are considering our options, not just in terms of the pricing scheme, but we're also looking at what type of schemes best fit the different characteristics of different markets. So it doesn't necessarily have to be dynamic pricing, but we're looking into diverse different means to somehow boost concert or performance revenue overall. For example, in Japan, the venues tend to have very sub-segmented seating arrangements. So potentially we can differentiate ticket pricing to achieve a similar effect that is actually quite consistent with dynamic pricing.
Dynamic pricing has been in use for some time with big acts in the West. But no K-pop company has openly acknowledged utilizing it until HYBE just admitted it. Fans took to Twitter to express their disappointment and called out HYBE for drifting away from their slogan, "We believe in music." In case you're not familiar with dynamic pricing, it's a system used by companies like Ticketmaster to adjust ticket prices in real time, based on demand. During US ticketing for HYBE concerts, quite a few people ended up paying more than they intended because they weren't aware that their ticket price had increased. One fan wrote, "Stop this exploitation of our love and support for BTS. Yes, we love them enormous amount, but we are not stupid, and we are not your ADMs." Army BTS fans were dismayed at the revelation. They, after all, are the loyal supporters who participated in the building of BTS out of the small company bighit. HYBE grew into what it is today from this small company, and the fans felt proud that they had some part in it. So what exactly is dynamic pricing? Dynamic pricing is a strategy of pricing products based on various external factors, including current market demand and seasonal supply changes. The main idea behind dynamic pricing is that it is flexible and based on real-time data. Basically, it means that the price for a product and/or service, in this case concert tickets, will depend on the demand of the consumer. HYBE has implemented this business plan with their artist concerts. For example, you may see the price of a floor ticket listed for $500 on Ticketmaster, but during the checkout process you see it double, and now the total is $1,000 for that one single ticket. In the US, and with the upcoming TXT tour, this explains why we saw so many tickets selling for thousands of dollars, because the demand was high. This is also why we saw so many armies end up seeing their total price for tickets vastly differently than what they saw when they first selected the ticket during the picking process. It's not just Ticketmaster though, it's done in agreement between them and the artist's company. We are not oblivious to the fact that this is a business we're talking about. We all know that they need to make money in order to continue to survive and grow as a company. But there is a difference between doing business and gouging. The way they are going about it, with dynamic pricing, it simply comes off as exploitative and money-hungry. Meanwhile, HYBE announces its highest profits ever, with a rise of 41.7% in the first quarter. So what is dynamic ticketing? Selling concert tickets is not especially difficult. The hardest part is to handle the extremely predictable surge of traffic the day a big artist's tickets go on sale. Ticketmaster, which sells twice as many tickets as its closest competitor, wields enormous power in the industry because it also represents performers, owns venues, and acts as a promoter. Unless you want to see your favorite pop group playing in the local gym hall, then Ticketmaster is effectively the only game in town. That's because it signs 3 to 5 year exclusive contracts with the vast majority of large and desirable venues. And that's simply because it guarantees them to make the concert venues more money. What's the right price for a product? Ask the seller, and they'll tell you that's easy. The right price is the one people are willing to pay. But when you don't know the consumer's willingness to pay, the simple solution is to force them to reveal it. In other words, an auction. But companies go further than just auctioning tickets by secretly withholding many of their best platinum seats. These are sold directly to brokers who turn around and sell them to you at the highest market rate. Using these ticketing companies helps to protect the artist's image with affordable primary ticket sales while profiting off far more expensive secondary sales. K-pop companies also help determine ticket prices, fees, pre-sale requirements, and whether or not to use dynamic pricing, which adjusts prices algorithmically. So really they're all complicit to varying degrees. Thank you for watching and tell us your thoughts in the comments. We'll see you next time.